Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, checking in with a quick update from my cold damaged garden here in Zone 7. I just wanted to share some advice with everybody. I've been getting a lot of questions, primarily through Facebook, about what to do. And, now we have a weather warm up because, of course, we are entering the yo-yo stage of our weather system for the winter. And really my best advice is don't do anything. Actually, that's not entirely true. Water. We're remarkably dry and the ground has been frozen. So if you have the ability to get outside, make sure you get your pots watered because it's going to be very warm and then they're going to dry out and you'll have actually even more damage than you would have just from the cold. But I'm also going to tell you, don't do cutbacks yet. It's too early. It hasn't even been a week since the cold snap. And, it doesn't even matter whether it's annual, perennial, or tree and shrub. You're really better off waiting, unless you absolutely can't stand how it looks, because you won't fully see the damage really until everything starts to leaf out in the spring. So my best advice is to just kind of chill and wait on it. But, especially containers, but even in ground where you have seedlings, you might go ahead and, give them a light drink of water just to make sure that they aren't getting dehydrated. And that's exactly what I'm about to embark on here. Getting all of my pots watered throughout the gardens, just to make sure that I don't have any additional plant loss that could have been prevented. Also wanted to show you that, initially it looked like this fava bean, well, actually it does. See, like that piece is still good, but look, everything else is absolutely black. But for right now, even though the black bothers me, I'm going to leave it as it is. And I would guess maybe in a week or two, it will really present itself to be obvious where I should make the cut. Like where the material is completely necrotic. So again, my advice on cutbacks from the cold snap that we had last week is to just wait. So I recovered this pot. Let's go ahead and take that off. And everything looks good there. I actually unplugged the tower garden and it's quite dry. I've probably lost most of the seedlings in that, but that's easy enough to reseed. Because it's warm, I'm going to go ahead and plug that back in. Well, everything in here obviously looks great because this is heated at room temperature, but everything is dry. So I'm going to go ahead and bring a lot of this out right now so that I can water it with the hose. So this is a time of year where you really have to pay attention to your weather app. So we're going to actually be above freezing for the next 8 days. And so I can unload this all the plants that are dry in here and keep them out here on the back patio for the next week without any concern that they're going to get damaged from cold. We're, I think some of the lows are like in the upper 40s and low 50s. And it couldn't be more extreme from a week ago when we were anticipating, getting into, I think we got to 11. Some areas around here got to like 8 or 9 degrees. And I think this is actually the biggest challenge of the climate that we face. It's been happening in the Southeast for quite a long time, but I think it's happening more in other places. It's just this up and down effect. And that's something that plants really haven't evolved to necessarily be well adjusted for. And so that's really the role that the gardener plays in just making it so that your plants can withstand these incredible temperature swings that, in my now 12 years in this garden, it pretty much happens every single year. So I don't really consider any of this weather to be extraordinary. It's annoying, don't get me wrong. But it's just one of those things that I think you can sort of adjust your habits to. And one of the advantages of doing containers is that they are movable. So you can really zone bend and, bring them inside or shove them in a garage when the temperatures really drop quite quickly. Wow, what can I say? That was definitely the most successful of all of my covers. It doesn't look damaged in any capacity. So keeping it so that the cover wasn't touching the plants, so nothing got crushed. And I think the clear plastic kind of acted like a greenhouse. And okay, that was a great solution. All right, now I'm gonna water. So I know it probably sounds a little silly, but I really do think watering is sort of the difference between life and death for a lot of your plants after a cold snap. And you can see the wall, which I did water shortly after the coldest weather hit. Everything has bounced back without any trouble, and none of this was covered. And I really think hydration plays an important role, which is why I wanted to get this video out to all of you to remind you to get outside and water your plants. Even your poppies in the ground, if they look like they're doing badly, just give them a little water and wait. Don't do anything rash. You could certainly sow more seeds. I'll be doing that in coming days. It's just that I still have company in from out of town. We're going to be making videos. We're going to go down to Wilmington today. So I'm not actually actively out working in the garden right now. I'm just trying to do the bare minimum and get all of my pots watered and sort of essential areas. As I'm looking around my ground, the ground isn't very dry. So I don't need to like set up sprinklers or anything. But I do want to have this on your radar so that you have the best chance for success with all the stuff that I've been encouraging you to grow, since Thanksgiving. I don't want to see all that effort be for nothing just because we had a polar snap. So, if you have the opportunity, get out and water your plants. And I really do think that it makes a huge difference in their ability to kind of start to regrow after the extreme cold temperatures. Well, I hope this video will be helpful, and be sure to stay tuned as I'll be posting lots more videos dealing with the repercussions of the cold, and as I finally start to get more plants put in the ground next door. So be sure to subscribe because lots of cool things are going to be coming up in 2023. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I'm wishing you all the very best.